Well, Future Stars Team 2 leaks are in, and there's already some fan favorites leaks that some of you out there are going to be very happy to see in the team. We got some icons leaked as well, and hopefully, I mean, Team 1's been pretty terrible, so we can only really hope that Week 2 is a little bit better than, what we got so far. We'll talk more about that in a sec. The Prem Player of the Month winner has been announced, and it should actually be a pretty interesting card. We've got maybe a behind-the-scenes leak right now that is kind of showing itself that we'll talk about. That's why the icon qualities popped up here. We'll talk about that in one sec, but if you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Thank you for being here, of course. Subscribe if you are new. I greatly appreciate all of you. And I do want to say I did talk about the creator code stuff on my second channel. So if you're interested in that, you can go and watch that. But yeah, talking about this content, I mean, I don't understand what, there's got to be a disconnect somewhere in here, because I was saying the past couple days, like, it's okay to not have some great content right now. Like, that's okay. But just the fact that they released this kind of player that is just so obviously, it has so many flaws in it. We're getting a pair of 1 playstyle plus SBCs, one with Relentless Plus, by the way. While we just got a Team of the Week that came out that actually has 2 playstyle plus cards in it. This to me right here is exactly what we should be seeing more often. Like this Matrita, is that you say his name, card, has Quick Step and Finesse, which is honestly a combination of playstyles you really don't see very often, honestly. But how do you link him in your team, right? Good luck linking this guy. His stats still aren't exceptional. They're good. Combining it with playstyles, there are some flaws here, but this card is now so much better, and it's usable. Like, this card is actually usable now. And honestly, EA, fuck it, make him a little bit better even, right? I mean, how do you link a Romanian League player in your team? It is so difficult with a new chem system that, yeah, I like that you're doing this. Make them even better. Like, go for it. Fuck it, who cares? And this is a La Liga card, so slightly different, but once again, Pinged Pass and Power Shot, 2 fantastic playstyles there. This is what we absolutely should be seeing from now on for Team of the Week. There should be like 4, 5, 6 cards in here that are genuinely very good. Lewis Skelly fits in that new Evo, and he looks crazy. He's 250k. An informed Lewis Skelly is 250k. Brings my joy back a bit. Like, it's just Team of the Week cards coming out where they're performance based. A card does really well on the weekend, and it matters. Like, it genuinely matters for like a card you really want in the game that you know will be good. That's what it used to feel like in FIFA 15, 16, 17, 18 times, when it's like, oh my god, a player did really well actually. I can't wait to see if they get a Team of the Week or not. For the last about 7 years, it's been completely pointless whether they got one or not, unless it's like the first 2 weeks of the game, right? But the fact that Duvernay card can exist at all shows, I mean, I don't know if it's out of touch or if it's just maybe that card is just quote unquote not for me, but even then, like, I don't buy that one. I don't buy that card's just not for me. That card's just not very good, and it's hard to link as well. That card's hard to link too, and they still don't make it very good. So I don't know. Also, okay, icons, they were above 80k today for a long time. It was longer than 80 or more than 80k actually. I saw Rick's tweet earlier today, and he said that base icons are mid 90k right now. And I was like, okay, let me go check PC, and I checked, and they were about 80k. So now they're back down again. Maybe there was a little bit of a bubble that just burst and wasn't even real, but this does maybe suggest that an icon Evo has potential. We know leaks get leaked like this in Discords prior to them actually coming out or being leaked to the public. So could there be an icon Evo coming? The chances just went up a lot of that. And somebody replied and said, I mean, it's possible, but would be surprising given the other base icon is still active. Base icon Evo, sorry, is still active. But actually the thing is that the Evo is still active. The SBC is not. So you can't get the Evo anymore. So it would be technically the second icon Evo out if it were to drop the next day or two, but it would be the only one you could actually get. Just be aware of that. Obviously, it could have been just a TikToker, a rogue TikToker who made a leak that was like going viral. But oftentimes when we see prices like that rise, there's smoke to the fire, like something's coming out that has to do with base icons, probably. And also, before we get into the Future Stars stuff, Neymar, guys, has been removed from the game post this last update. Now, this is career mode, of course. This is not Ultimate Team, but this basically confirms to us that, like, it's a matter of time till Neymar's no longer in the game, out of packs. So just be aware that if you want to save a Neymar card, you want to go buy one before he's completely extinct and out of packs. Like, it's a matter of time till he's out of packs. And if you want to look through the other players that were all removed, actually, in this last squad update, that will probably be removed from Ultimate Team soon as well. You can look through all of these. Danilo's in there. Ben Rama is in there. Now, if there's anybody here that you like or that you might, have Evo potential with, then you can go and buy those cards before they are no longer in the game. I shouldn't say leaving the game, but just not in packs anymore is what I should say there. But okay, on to the Prem Player of the Month winner, it is Justin Kluivert, which is actually really good for us because Kluivert has 2 informs already. The card that's coming out has to be better than this card here. So it's already going to be like probably usable, and they could probably juice him out if they really wanted to. Playstyles, Power Shot Plus, you probably expect to see that continue to be on his card. Yes, Finesse too, which is really nice to have both of those actually. Yeah, just nice to see a Player of the Month card will come out that you know is going to be pretty good, and because that's actually not a given anymore, which kind of sucks. But this is a really big boosted card. Like I think it's like +2s or 3s on everything, so I don't know if it'll be this good, but should still be pretty great. And the release of the SBC I think is on Friday. That's the scheduled release for the Player of the Month. But okay, on to Future Stars Team 2 leaks, and that is Amad Diallo is going to be in the Team 2, and I've heard a lot of good things about Amad Diallo this year. Like he's really good in FIFA actually. That weird right back card he got earlier in the year with Incisive Pass Plus was apparently really good. And stats are predictions on most cards today, but there are some that are official, and some of them, or one of them, is actually pretty insane that we'll go and look at next actually here. But Amad Diallo in the team. Okay, next up is Tell, who makes it in the team, just transferring to Tottenham, obviously in a pretty controversial way. And we do have official playstyle pluses, pace, shooting, and dribbling stats as well. So 95 pace, 93 shot, 90 dribbling, plus finesse shot and first touch. That's a crazy card. Like this is going to be an insanely expensive card. One of the better ones in the game, honestly. I love first touch plus. People sleep on it a lot. They did last year a ton. I still think it's the same way this year. And long-legged finesse shot plus is insane. So this is going to be a crazy expensive card. And next up, Barcelona fans pretty much in unison had to change their trousers. Pau Kubarsi made it in Future Stars Team 2. And usually Team 2 does actually end up being a little bit better. I think the Team 2, I think going back based off of like the last 3 or 4 Future Stars years where we've had 2 teams. Once again, stats prediction there, but he makes it in. And on to icons now. Garincha makes it into the second team of Future Stars. This card is going to be great, but you're probably not going to be able to afford it. So we'll move on swiftly. And really, it's that way with the next couple of these, actually. Samuel Eto'o as well coming into Team 2, and he's going to be crazy, but obviously super duper expensive. And then lastly is Rio Ferdinand, who, if he had these stats in game, yeah, he would be absolutely insane. One of the better center backs in the game. Now, keep in mind, George Best was actually leaked to be in the team, I believe, in last week's team, and then he ended up being an SBC leak a couple days later. So you never know. You could end up seeing one of these guys being an SBC still, but they're at least going to be in Future Stars to some degree during the next week. And then last player here we've not seen yet, I believe, is Pavlovic. Pavlovic also makes it in, the Bayern player there, which I know Bayern fans are very happy about him as well. So yeah, hard to get too crazy hype, and there's no SBCs, so like all these cards will probably be very expensive. Cool if your favorite player or something like that's in there, but yeah, outside of that, we're probably more inclined to be excited about SBCs. And next up, kind of a random bit of news here, but apparently the rumor is, I don't know if it's rumored or confirmed or what. I looked through RE FIFA's Twitter. I couldn't see anything like of how he got this info, but it looks like he does confirm that Liga MX is coming back in FC 26. So if you're a Liga MX watcher out there, then you're probably very happy to see this because like your players will be back. If you want to know the best players in Liga MX right now, if you look at the top earners in Liga MX, you've got Sergio Canales, you've got James, obviously just left and now he'd be back again. You've got Gignac returning. Gignac was always a staple of the top team of the season card every single season. Oliver Torres, remember Oliver Torres? Chicharito is still playing. Jonathan Dos Santos, whose names I recognize here. Now, nothing too crazy if you're not like a Liga MX fan, but there is one player we've not mentioned yet. Sergio Ramos actually just joined the league as well. Maybe this will be his last season or whatever, but if he plays next year, Ramos would also be back in FIFA again. So always nice to see more licenses. I think it's just only a good thing, really. And next up now, Bundesliga Player of the Month. We got the nominees. We got Florian Wirtz, Kimmich, Olise, Orban, Schmid. Schmid. The jokes write themselves if he wins it, and Xavi Simons as well is in there. If you guys have any idea who would be winning it, let me know. They always, for some reason, like all these Twitter accounts post Player of the Month predictions with 2 playstyle pluses. They're not going to get them, so like don't bother until they say they'll make the change. They're not gonna have 2 playstyle pluses. Yeah, if you're a Bundesliga ball knower, then let me know who could win it. And also with Xavi Simons, actually, he did get his last FC Pro Live upgrade, and he's 5-star, 5-star finesse shot, and they gave him Tiki Taka Plus. So this is a crazy card, right? This is gonna be a crazy card for a while, actually. If you guys bought him and have used him post update, then let me know. And I also wanted to bring up this. This is insane. This is one of these that you're like, damn, this really does show you just how ridiculously low Team of the Year pack weight actually is. And here's this one. Since the full Team of the Year team is in packs, the auto SBC community has opened 159,370 premium La Liga and Liga F upgrade packs. 43 Team of the Year players were found in these packs. That's 1 in 3,706 or 0.03%. Then 10,325 had at least a walkout. That's 1 in 15 or 6.48%. So 1 in every let's just say 3,500 to 4,000 upgrades had a team of the year in it, which, I mean, that is mind-boggling. I'm not sure if that's just an unlucky sample size of I don't know, like that's mind-boggling stuff. And kind of both sides of the coin were actually right in the replies here. You got, that's how you facilitate addiction, right? Always leave them scrambling for more. Then this reply was like, not depressing, LOL, good. These cards should not be easily obtainable. And of course, I think there's probably, once again, both sides have truth to this, but I will say we are playing a game that's like a video game that we should be having fun in. Yes, you don't want 11 team of the years in everybody's team. Like nobody wants that, but you do want to make cards obtainable to, I guess, some degree. What degree is that? I'm not sure, but I think every card in the game should be obtainable to a certain degree. Some, you could even say a lot more than others, but I don't know. What's the right answer here? Let me know what you guys think, but 1 in 3,500 of packs that cost how many coins? 11 rares, which would be 7, 8, 9,000 coins a pop. You got to do 3,700 to pack one on average. I mean, that's pretty obnoxious. And it makes you wonder, without the 82 by 20, like how many team of the years would you have packed? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty crazy to think about. Of course, 82 by 20s had its own fair share of debate where it's like, was it too good? Should they have not released it at all? That's a whole other can of worms. But the debate as well rages on about the shadow patch, right? There's, I saw FIFA Trading Romania and Keanu JP getting into it today. Part 2, Vinicius outpaced by Koeman. He tries to take a big touch here, and he just, Koeman just catches right up to him, obviously, there. And Keanu shows a clip of Cantona leaving Van de Ven for dead, like he's not even close to catching up to him. So I replied to that tweet and I said, one day people will wake up and realize this has been an accelerate problem this whole time. One day, but we aren't there yet. And yeah, I think accelerate was one of those things that people just forgot about because there's so many goddamn factors to think about in this game that you just don't remember all of them. And one of them is accelerate, and get the gritty off my screen, please. One of them is accelerate, and I think lengthy's insane. I think that a lot of these pace problems have to do with that. But yeah, I think the culprit for just, I don't know, we'll just never get to the right answer. If we're not getting to the right answer at this point after all this drama where nobody can explain why things are different all the time, if we still to this point can't reach the conclusion that inconsistent gameplay is the reason for a lot of these problems, I don't know if we'll ever get there, guys. I think it's a pointless task. Like, because we can't quantify it, people I think just don't necessarily like that answer too much. But so even Keanu, who's like, nothing has changed, please stop. I mean, like, saying nothing has changed, the gameplay changes every game. I mean, so nothing has changed, please stop is not a good way to go about it, because half your games feel different than they should. Now, I think he probably just means in a general sense that the pace hasn't changed or anything like that, which we can disagree on. But, and if this number is true, which it's an outlandish number, but if it is true, over 2 million players returned to FC25 post this patch. The servers probably got fucking world starred. I mean, those servers were begging for mercy during that time. No matter what, I think whatever side of the coin you're on, I think we can all agree on one thing: the gameplay is getting worse. I think we can all kind of agree on that part, where maybe it's still better than it was. I personally think it is better than it was for sure. But as we figure more things out, it is seemingly getting worse, and maybe it'll reach a point where it's like it won't get any more worse, or it could just continue to get worse as time goes on. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd like to see a gameplay change, mainly the fucking bounce backs. I mean, that's the worst part of the gameplay to me, bar none. And the market, only really thing to talk about today, I suppose, is rewards. Obviously, we do now have, by the way, team of the years can technically be packed in rewards now, in Division Rivals rewards, which I can't wait to see somebody on Twitter pack a team of the year card today. It's probably going to happen. It's going to be so extremely rare, but yeah, they are packable, untradeable, of course. But what does it mean at all for future stars cards? You want to buy one of these for your team? I suppose you're probably looking at, yeah, Rivals rewards time would be a pretty good time to do that. Team 2 will probably be better than Team 1, so keep that in mind too. Like, there might be some selling based off of that. However, I do think that you'll probably be okay with buying these cards tonight and selling over the weekend. That makes sense to me. And let's read your comments now. We got Gullyfoot Tony, who says, sadly, 9 Golan won't happen. He's being done for drug trafficking. And I forgot about that. Yeah, there is a charge out for Raja right now. Free my man Raja. And I think he's done. I think the dream of having him back in any FC game is probably dead, unfortunately. And Planet Sam Spurs Musa Dembele. I mean, I feel like with the new FC meta, like taller midfielders, like with Bruiser and, DMs like that, but they can also move really well. So, I mean, agile, good dribbling, big, muscular, massive peen. It really is. He's like the perfect player for the new FC FC, the new age of FC. We got Olivier, who says, I can't get 10 wins, partially because of a skill issue, but I swear to God, the game only pairs me with player locking sweats and auto press bullshit. I'm lucky if I get 5 wins in champs. And my team is stacked, Div 3. Am I hurting myself by quitting games and not registering a loss so I get lower ranked players? So I don't think that's in FUT champs. I believe if you quit a game and it still counts towards your elo in FUT champs, I believe. But the thing is, like, to get consistent weekend league finishes, like, yeah, it's extremely hard because there's going to be times, certain weekends where like you face a ton of great players and it's just going to be harder for you to get your win total you usually get just by sheer bad luck and matchmaking. If a really good player played another really good player, lost that last game, and because he lost that last game he played, that now made it so that you guys can't match together. You then play him and you're like 6-4 or something like that, and you're like, damn, this guy could be 10-0 for all I know. I mean, you know, it's hard to get consistent matchmaking, so you can get unlucky like that. And then also just getting consistent results in FIFA is just hard because there's so much randomness in the game. Like, it's hard to be consistent in this game, so you absolutely can improve, like, don't get me wrong, but you want to give yourself a little bit of grace there, where it's like, yeah, it's actually hard to get good at this game. There's so many factors, so much AI, so many bounces, so many this or that. It's hard to get good at this game. And BH Villaman, EA have not added the nil no quit yet. They actually just did. Like, when I'm recording this video, they just tweeted out saying something that they just added it, so it is now a thing. And another thing too, relating to like gameplay stuff here, Machenko, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I got 9 wins for the first time after using a full Nigerian Evo squad except a keeper. I was surprised they played so good. Usually I get 7 to 8 wins using meta players all the time. That's the thing too, is if you're just having more fun on the game, odds are you're probably going to play better. I know it's like maybe a take you might initially say like, no, it's bullshit. I promise you, if you're enjoying playing the game to whatever degree, you will play better. It goes the same way if you're not enjoying it. If you hop on the game and you don't want to play it and you're playing it for just rewards, you're going to play worse. There's no doubt about that. So I actually recommend, like, try and use players that you know are meta. Like, if you want to get results, right, then use players you know are meta, but that you want to actually use and try them. That, I guarantee you, will allow you to play your most potential just off of your squad, right? But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all for being here and watching. Appreciate you every single day. Love y'all. Peace.